Plaintiff Jessica Miles says ever since she was young, her mother, the defendant, has been addicted to drugs. Jessica claims the defendant was clean when she was born, but when she was 12, the defendant left and started using crack again. Jessica is suing her today for impound fees and the value of a watch. Defendant Starla Maxwell admits that she made bad choices and was hanging out with the wrong crowd, and that's how she got addicted to crack. Starla says she's struggling to get clean, but admits that she's still an addict to this day. Starla denies owing Jessica for anything.
Start with you.
So basically we're here today because ever since I was young, my mom has just been addicted to drugs, and it has affected our relationship. And when I was 12 and my sister was 6 months, she ended up leaving, and my dad has raised us ever since.
What type of drugs?
I did not leave. We went through a custody battle that I lost.
Okay. What type of drugs?
Crack. And just to clarify, one day she went out and never came back. You went to a party and you never came back. And so, yeah, ever since then it has affected our relationship.
How old were you?
I was 12 and my sister was 6 months. And ever since then,
how have you been since that time?
Unfortunately, I have had some health issues. I've had Crohn's disease, which caused me to have a liver transplant in October of 2010. And you know, my mom has tried to be there for me, but just due to her addiction, it just hasn't worked.
How about your social development or educational development?
Oh, it's fine. I will be starting school next week, actually, on the 16th.
It has interfered with that. She has some anger issues that sometimes can get out of control. Jessica grade point average is 3.999, and I think she could have excelled faster. It has interfered, but she's working on it.
All right, ma'am.
In spite of her parents.
I feel so sorry for you. I'm not going to even come down on you.
Thank you.
Because she don't need to do anything if she got a 3.999. All right.
She needs to get her degree and not let that go. Just be 3.999.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, and I'll be starting school May 16th, which
College
is
or where?
At Pasadena City College. I'll be attending there, majoring in philosophy.
Good. All your financial aid paid for? Or?
Yes,
Good.
submitted.
All right. And your sister? How's she doing?
She's good, very well, actually.
Good. How old is she?
She's
That's
12, about
there?
to be 13. No, this is my friend.
Okay. She's 12.
About to be
She's doing all right in school?
Yes.
Who all helped you? Your dad? You think you attribute your success to him? Somebody
Yes.
raised you and taught you the right values and made sure you were...
God, Jehovah.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Made sure that
Dad sure didn't do it. Money did it.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
And made sure that you developed properly, and the biggest asset is a good education. So someone gave you the biggest asset in life you could get, and so that was your father made sure you got that education? Or?
Yes, and I did have the help of my teachers in school. You know,
right.
they helped
Good,
me
but
too.
your father had to make sure you went there every
Right.
day, and when you got home, he had to make sure you did that homework, and he had to make sure that you lived a life that wasn't destructive. So what's your dad's name?
My dad's name is Kevin.
All right, Kevin, congratulations to you. You did a good job.
Yeah,
Let's give
thank
Kevin a
you.
hand, too. Don't you think Kevin did a good job?
I wouldn't change my experience for the world. It's been a good one.
You wouldn't, I say Kevin.
I said I wouldn't change my experience.
But did Kevin do a good job?
He did. God did it, like I said.
All right. So you say you'd get high all over again if you could.
Yeah.
All
and
right,
go
I
through
know
this
that's
one
right.
more time.
Huh?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
at least you're honest.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, crack is good.
Anything.
To some folks.
That'll keep me sane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need a crack to keep you sane?
It kept me from laying down.
Okay, what do you think caused your addiction?
Bad choices.
And give me some background on that. What got you started?
The choices I made were bad. You know, my mom, certified public accountant, single parent, watched her go to school, you know, from being on welfare and raise her 3 kids. So I could have made better choices. I don't play the blame game.
You'd get high all over again if you could.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
at least you're honest.
Uh-huh.
Crack is good.
Anything.
To some folks.
That'll keep me sane. Yeah.
You need a crack to keep you sane?
It kept me from laying down.
Plaintiff Jessica Miles is suing her mother, who admits that she's struggling to kick her crack addiction.
How did you get exposed to crack?
Bad association. I said, let me try that.
And it was
right.
over.
And it hasn't been the same since, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, well, you're honest. Very, very honest. You say you'd do it all over again, the same way.
It just hurt so bad that pacified me for the moment.
Pacified you from what?
From feeling the pain. I said
Pain
it
of what?
hurt so bad.
Pain of
The
what?
loss of my children.
No, but you were using crack before then.
No, but
so-
I was 8 years clean with them.
So,
And I was working and mothering my children at the time.
so why do you think the courts took them from you?
Because
had been
I
8
didn't
years
handle
clean-
it appropriately.
Pardon
I
me?
went in there angry. You know, I was my emotions got
They
the
didn't
best
give you a
of me.
drug test?
Excuse me?
They didn't give you a drug test?
I passed all my drug tests.
Yet
sir.
they still removed the children from you.
Because of my anger, the way I
A
handled
lot of
it.
people get mad in court, man,
But
when they
you
don't
know-
take the children. That's not the consequence. They might give you a fine, a sanction for contempt of court. They
Well-
don't take your children for contempt.
Well, they
man.
did that. They
Well,
did that,
I
and
think
I
they
didn't
took it
find
because
out
of your
until
drug.
2 years later.
You didn't know your children were gone until 2 years.
Right,
You was
I
getting
didn't find
real
out the
hot.
minute order. Right.
You was
No,
getting
I was
real,
mad.
real hot. No No wonder you said you would go back, because you were getting hot in a mother scooter. All right. No, I'm not trying to make light of it. You turned out very well, so you can make light of it. That's her problem. That's her issue. I know you love your mother, but you heard what she says. Let her live her life. That's what she want to live her life. You came out fine. Love her just the same, in my opinion. You can, but don't love her in a way that it causes you problems.
Right.
Don't love her in a way that it interferes with your life. And mama don't mind. You sound like you still want to hit. If I gave you a hit, you'd...
I blow smoke in here. How about that?
Hey, at least you ain't saying. What else you want to tell me, ma'am? Have you been in recovery?
I haven't really been in recovery. However, I've been abstinent, you know. It's time for Starla to work on herself.
Okay. Have you gone to rehab?
Not yet. I've been in rehab before.
How many
It's been a
times?
struggle.
Yeah, how many times?
Quite a few times, sir.
Over 3 or 4?
Maybe more than that.
Okay.
Maybe
30 days?
more than that.
30, 60?
I've had 8 years here, clean.
Uh-huh.
I've had 11 months there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just been a struggle for me.
I'm asking so that other folks watching can get an understanding of
Well,
it.
right now, I've stopped long enough to get my housing because I was homeless for 10 years. And
10 years.
yeah, for 10 years. I just went out.
I know how it goes. You go from place
You know,
to place.
time flies. However, I've gotten my housing, and now I'm just working on being still and one day at a time, because it is my struggle.
I've known plenty of folks struggle with the crack addiction, and they've gone rehab several times. And many of them, ultimately, they make it. They just keep going. And the primary solution I've seen, or a way of recovery, is going to those NA meetings, like starting out like twice a day.
Well, they
And-
say 90 meetings in 90 days, but I think AA is preferably.
No, baby, you need NA. You on crack. You ain't no alcohol. All right. You something else. All right. Tell me what you're suing your mother for. What happened?
Okay, so on March 19th, I was admitted to the hospital, and on the 23rd, my mom stole my car from the hospital, and so I'm suing her for the price of the impound fee. Which,
How did she get the car?
she said she was going to get her wig out of the car, and she never came back.
She was visiting you, and you gave her the keys to go and get her wig.
And she never came back. And I'm suing her for the cost of the impound fee and then my item, my watch that was missing from the car when she returned it.
Okay, so she did come back at some point.
Oh, well, the car, the car was impounded. So at midnight.
From where? Where did they find it?
They found it at her house. So at midnight, I ended up calling the police because she didn't return. I'm sorry. I ended up calling the police. I have the police report right here. I made a police report. And I also have the tow fee.
How long? I bet you called her all night or had someone calling her all night.
Yeah, but she turned her phone off. So I was texting her and she wasn't responding. And so I just notified her as well that I was calling the police. The police told me to notify her that they were there. I also have the text messages as well.
How many days did she keep it? Just that one?
No, she kept it just one day. But I just was worried about my car. I didn't know who she had in there, and I have valuables in there. So they impounded it at 3 a.m., and unfortunately, I had to pay a fee.
Plaintiff Jessica Miles is suing her mother, who admits that she's struggling to kick her crack addiction.
Ma'am, what do you say to this?
I say that I owe nothing because the car was in my driveway, and why was the police involved anyway?
Because you took and kept it without authorization.
Why was the police involved anyway? I'm her mother.
Because
the car was parked in my driveway. Why did they take it out of my driveway?
Because you took it without authorization.
Okay.
Wherever you leave it, you've taken it without her authorization. She didn't know where it was. You out on the bench.
How you know what I was
know what you
doing?
were doing. Oh, how I know.
You know?
They're smoking up Peru. You was out there being a rock star. Beam me up, Scotty.
How you know?
All right, ma'am. I've been around watching hundreds in where I come from addicted to crack, including family members, and I know just how it goes, ma'am. What defense do you have to the watch?
I had no clue there was any watch in there, sir.
All right. What happened to the wig?
The wig?
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, I let somebody use.
Borrow the wig?
Yeah. Which I'm mad at them now.
'Cause they didn't bring it back.
No, but she did call me yesterday.
About the wig?
Evening when I was in that room.
What'd she
a
say?
nice room.
You don't need any help with us getting you some rehab? Or do you need placement anywhere? Can we help you?
I'm open. I'm open.
Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm gonna have my staff get you some help. We do a lot of that here. So I'm gonna grant you the judgment. Have a good day.
Thank you.
I just want the best for you. I just want to ultimately have a good relationship with you, but not if it's going to interfere with me moving forward in my life.
I want all of what you want for us, and I'm open to it. I love my daughter, whatever it takes.
After the case was heard, Starlo went to an inpatient rehab center where she completed a 60-day program. Starlo was a stellar patient while in rehab and has remained sober since her release.